Hi, this is Brooke here with SmarterQueue, and today I'll be walking through how to create a library of evergreen content so you never run out of posts again. So evergreen content is anything that isn't time specific, which means that you can post it again days or weeks later, and it will still be relevant and you can reap the benefits from it. By filling your queue with evergreen content, you'll be able to spend less time creating new content, and you can get more reach and engagement for each post that you create. So to get started with evergreen content, I recommend starting by importing content that you've already created and published to your social feeds. This is content that you may have already published that could still work as evergreen content. To do that, first you're going to navigate to the Find Content area inside of your SmarterQueue dashboard. And under Find Content, you're going to see some options here ranging from discovering other people's content or sharing your own content. And from underneath Share Your Content, we're going to click Reshare Your Best Posts. In this section, you can click on the search bar and it's already going to populate with your different connected social profiles here in the drop-down menu. And you can go ahead and click on any of them, and SmarterQueue will load all of the most recent posts. So here you can see that on this Instagram account, we've got several different posts, and they've been sorted by the most liked metric. As this is just a demo account, there's not much data here, but if it were a real account, you'd see that these posts were sorted exactly by how many likes they've received, and you can see which were your top posts. And while you're looking, if you notice that a particular post would work well as an evergreen post, you can go ahead and re-add it to your queue. In this case, these top posts all would work as evergreen posts, so we could go ahead and share them one by one using this share button here. Or if you scroll to the top, by import mode, there is a bulk option. And when you toggle bulk on, you can go ahead and adjust your settings using this bulk editor, and whatever settings you set here will be applied to all the posts below. I could deselect all the posts and manually select which posts that I want to bring back to my queue as evergreen. And scrolling back up to the bulk editor, you can choose if you want evergreen to be turned on or not, and we do want evergreen to be on. So this will ensure that the content will continue to recycle rather than posting once and disappearing. We can then choose which category we want and which social profiles that we want the content to be published to. And once you're happy with all of your settings, you can add the post to your queue. And while this is being imported, we can go ahead and continue browsing. And the next thing I would recommend after importing from your connected social profiles would be to curate from other social profiles. Inside of the content dashboard here, we can go ahead and select our next method of curation. The next thing I recommend doing is discovering and sharing from other sources. So for example, if you've got a blog or somebody else's blog, we can go ahead and import content from them. And all you have to do is search for the URL in this search bar. For example, Smitten Kitchen is a great food blog, and we can look up all of their most recent posts and decide what we'd like to curate and share. Or, like before, we can go ahead and import in bulk. So if we wanted to share all of these different recipes, we can go ahead and select them all, ensure that Evergreen is toggled on, choose which category that we want to share them to, and also what profiles that we want to share them with. And once you have all of your settings set up how you want, you can add them to your queue. And you can repeat that for as many blogs, YouTube channels, or other RSS feeds that you have and import all of those evergreen posts. The next thing I recommend doing is going back to the Find Content dashboard, and this time we want to curate from social media. In the Curate from Social Media area, you can search for anybody's Facebook page or type in any keywords and just browse for other content and quickly pull that in as well. And today I'm going to search for Marie Forleo, who is an amazing business coach and an influencer, and we'll find her Facebook page right here. So now SmarterQueue is going to automatically fetch all of her top posts and sort them by engagement metrics. So for this Facebook page, everything is sorted by most liked posts. So I can just scroll down and see her top posts right from here. And, looking at her queue, if I want to import this piece of content right here, I could. It's a great inspiration post that can be really posted at any time or day because it's not time or date specific. So this would make a great evergreen post. However, I also have the ability to, again, import in bulk. So again, I'm going to apply the settings using this bulk editor, selecting which post that I want to import, ensuring that evergreen is toggled on, choosing the category, and then lastly choosing which social profiles that you want to publish the post to. And once you're happy, once again, add those posts to your queue. Thing to do after having a look at the blogs and curating from social media would be to create your own content using the create a button here at the top. This way you can focus on your own evergreen posts to mix in with the imported content. Once you're in the post editor, the first thing you need to do is to select a category for your content. And then the next thing you want to do is pick which profiles that you want to create content for. And now we can go ahead and start composing our post. Some of the great topics to create evergreen content around for your business are things like frequently asked questions. What do your potential and ideal customers always ask about before they do business with you? What are they curious about? Then create evergreen content answering those questions. Another great idea is to create content around your main messages and branding the things that you're known for, sharing value and tips here and there, and anything that isn't time specific or restrained that can be posted again and again and is always relevant to you and your business would be great evergreen content. So, for example, we can create a post that answers the question, what does a social media manager do for your business? If we were a social media manager or an agency, we can then do a quick little post like this and then customize the text for each social network, such as adding a hashtag for Instagram or adding a Pinterest board for Pinterest, and then also Pinterest only likes one lines. And then after you're done with your text, you want to add your media. And we can select any media from our own library that we've already used and created. We can upload any, or we also have the ability to search for free images. With SmarterQueue, you have access to Pixabay and Unsplash for professional level photography, and you also have access to Giphy, which offers professional grade GIFs, but that is only available when you don't have Instagram selected since GIFs aren't available for Instagram. I'm going to go ahead and do my search. And once I've found an image I like, I can click on it and then click add to post. And now it's added to my post. And once I'm happy with how the post looks, I can just scroll down to post timing, and we got to decide how we want the post to be published. I'm going to go ahead and save it to the top of my queue. And the most important thing is that we need to make sure that we have recycle after posting selected, because right now we're creating our own evergreen content for ourselves. And I'm happy with this, so I'm going to go ahead and add this to my queue. And you can go ahead and repeat this process as many times as you'd like to create content to fill those gaps for your evergreen social strategy. So now that when we look at the queue, you'll see that we've got loads of other evergreen content posts that are already lined up in our queue. So we always have something going out. We've always got content that's relevant and staying consistent, posting at the best times during the week. And when you've got time to create other new content, you can always go ahead and add that into your strategy. It's great to have a whole library filled with evergreen content because that means that your posts will always continue recycling through and they'll never run dry, and you'll always have great content going out to your audience.